Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 20 with Zen Crier to Brooke. So, one of the things you're going to get a lot of in the Zen in a Moment mini pods is how to use dropping into your listening in your life. I think it's one of the most important practices other than actually learning how to use your IGS because it changes so much when we're in that presence. And the more you do it, the more you have this little mini divine energy vibration in you that you I know you're connecting with. And it's like a for the human soul that gets to take a break from the human mind. But there's something else to it that's really, really special. Have you ever really listened to another person? I'm sure that you have, but most of us go in and out of deep listening. And what I have found, especially with the elderly and with children, is that when you drop into your listening, you have no thought. You're feeling your hands. You're feeling your feet. You're listening to the sounds around you as vibrational waves. You're letting that energy kind of grow every time you breathe. You just feel it kind of widening in your body. If your mind starts naming things, you just bring your attention back to your feet, hands, and listening. Well, one of the things you can do is drop into that space and listen to the person's voice. Look them in the eye, face them shoulder to shoulder, if you can, and just be with them in your listening, fully listening. There's a lot of times when our kids want to talk and talk and talk and talk. And if we don't actually take the time to listen over time, they feel they're not important. And eventually, as they become teenagers and get older, they don't feel like talking to you anymore at all. And they'll say to you, you don't listen. Because you're not. You're thinking about the next thing. I mean, you may sit there and be like, because you know it's your job to sit there. But you're not connecting. They don't feel heard. They don't feel your presence. You being with them. In this age where we're all on our devices and running around and listening to podcasts and so much is coming at us all at once, we really lose our connection with the people that are in the same home with us at work, our friends, our extended family. It's very hard to just drop in and be together. It's not like in the olden days when mom and daughter would pop into the kitchen and there's nothing except the breeze and the sound of nature as they bake bread. There's that comfortable, beautiful silence that comes up. And there's also that beautiful conversation that begins. There's a rhythm that starts between the two of them, moving around the kitchen, getting to know each other, knowing what the next move's going to be like a dance. This is happening and is possible with everyone in our lives that we love. Same with the elderly. People get frustrated. I don't want to hear them tell me that story again. Drop into your listening. See if that story causes that same closing impatience, irritation that it did. They're telling you their lives, but more than that, they're connecting. Especially our older generation, they connected through conversation. The old barbershops where they'd sit around with the newspapers and they'd watch people come in and get their hair cut and chat. Or the luncheon for the ladies, or even at church, when they're after church having these grand conversations about what's going on and catching up with everyone. Conversation used to be the moment to drop in without all the busyness and the devices. I want you to check this out. And it doesn't have to be you don't have to be in their presence. You can drop into your listening on the phone. There's no separation, and they'll feel it. And really listen. I'm not talking about walking around while they're babbling, like an elderly person calling you to see how you're doing and give you an update. I mean, sit down at least once in a while. Drop into your listening and listen. See what happens. Stop when your child wants you. Drop into your listening. It only takes 5 seconds. Stay there. Look them in the eye and listen to their voice and their story. Watch them bloom under your presence. And I can't tell you how important this is with your spouse. Both the wife and husband don't give each other the time of day, and eventually they stop trying. All right. I'm sending you love and blessings. I adore you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If you are enjoying listening to the Zen in a Moment mini podcast, I want to invite you to something where you can get even more juicy, amazing content. I'd love to invite you to join the Fear Free Human Collective. It is a community membership site where I do training, coaching, I do mini master classes and masterminds and share all kinds of amazing content. And it's super affordable, and we have amazing people that are in it working on finding their openings when they are closed. It is a really lovely place to kind of have a respite from the world where cancer culture is running rampant and people are not getting along. If you want to go somewhere where people are not only getting along, but they are having a blast and sharing wins on how their life is dynamically changing by using their internal guidance system, then this is the place to go. Simply go to BeFearFreeNow.com. That URL again is BeFearFreeNow.com, and you will discover how affordable our membership is. We have a free level where you can come on in. Please give us a trial, enjoy it. And then we have levels that are $27, $47, and $97, depending on the level of training and the depth of coaching you want. So come join us. Join this wonderful, incredible movement to create a fear-free human species on this planet. I'd love to have you. Go to BeFearFreeNow.com. I'll see you there.